Shalom. All thanks and praises unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Wawakakwadash. Peace, blessings, much respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, on down to the rest of the elders who rule well within Israel. Salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like, pushing out this purified truth. To the rest of the church who believe as well, you men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women, sons and daughters also. And the water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. Okay? All right, so let's jump into it. I want to start this off with the book of Mark, chapter 3 and verse 35, because what we're doing, it's all about the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, whether we're justified or not. Okay, so this is Mark chapter 3 and verse 35. For whosoever shall do the will of the power, the same is my brother and my sister and mother. So being in this ministry, we are hoping that we're pleasing the Lord, that we're doing his will and righteousness, because we have to remember Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai controls both sides. Whether a person is wicked or righteous, that is his will. Nevertheless, we want to make sure, which it's not really up to us, but we want to hope that we line up with the Lord's will and righteousness, that we do what the Lord wants us to do. So that way we will be accepted in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Those who are going to be accepted are those doing the will of the Lord. For whosoever shall do the will of the power, the same as my brother and my sister and mother. So we don't just call anybody our friend. We don't just call anybody our brother or our sister. Anyone, if you ask me, anyone who is a friend to everyone is no one's friend at all. Someone who's a true friend does come with conditions. And someone who is a true friend is not scared to rebuke his neighbor, to correct his neighbor. A fake friend, they'll credit you very easy. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus. Kind of getting off subject, but we'll go back to what I was getting into. Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. So how do you prove someone? Are they doing the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? Because if they're doing the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, then you can call them your brother, your sister, your father, or your mother. Okay? But why would you credit someone that you barely know? Someone not in this ministry. Someone who just came in the truth last week. He hasn't even really shown himself that he can go through the line of fire and endure. Okay? So being in this ministry, we want to make sure to the best of our ability that we're doing the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, so that we may be found proven to be his friend, his brother, okay, his family. Now let's go to the book of Joshua. The book of Joshua, I believe it's chapter 22 and verse 4. Verse 5. But take diligent heed to do the commandment and the law which Moses, the servant of the Lord, charged you, to love the Lord your power, and to walk in all his ways, and keep his commandments, and to cleave unto him, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. So how do we do the Lord's will? How do we make sure that we're doing the Lord's will, so that we may be found and credited as a friend, credited as family. How? It's by doing his ways, keeping the commandments, serving the Lord with all your heart and soul, and seeing that we are imperfect, we're going to go off. Serving the Lord with all your heart and soul, we can't serve him enough. Our flesh won't even allow us to serve the Lord at a level that he even deserves. We're not even capable of doing so. But we try our hardest. We do what we can to please Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's how you do his will in righteousness. Okay? That way we'll be found as being friends, his brethren. But we see clearly the majority of our people, they are not going to be looked at as a friend or a brother. In fact, the majority of our people are actually deemed as the Lord's enemies, seeing that they fight against him. They go against him. Okay, and the Lord has done nothing but good unto our people. All right? Second Ezra goes into that. I believe Second Ezra, what is that, chapter 1? I believe it is. I might have to read it. But the Lord has done all these great things for us. And what has our people done constantly? They have forsaken him. They played him to the side. Just like how people do people in today's time. You do somebody good, they'll just play you off like you never did it. That's what people do to the Lord every day. Who wants to deal with that? You have to imagine the Lord is getting spiritually disrespected, spiritually smacked in the face by his own people and whom he chose for himself. That's crazy, man. But the beautiful thing is, you know, all the playing around and all the scoffing and thinking you're going to get away with, you know, trying to mock the Lord and his men, that's coming to an end very soon. But we ourselves, we're just hoping to be found as friends, to be found credited so that we can be looked at as family of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai by doing what he asked of us. So reading Joshua 22:5 again, it says, "But take diligent heed to do the commandment and the law which Moses, the servant of the Lord, charged you, to love the Lord your power, and to walk in all his ways, and keep his commandments, and to cleave unto him, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul." And guess what? Everyone who cleaved unto the Lord back then, they're back today cleaving to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, seeking Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai 10 times more. But the rebellious of our people are going to remain rebellious. Now, let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 8. "For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord, to provoke the eyes of his glory." So the majority of our people, they are against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And really, they're provoking the Lord to really mess them up. We're hoping that we do the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that we please him. But the majority of our people do not have that mentality. The majority of our people, their mind is, you know, to hell with that book. Or I believe in God, but I don't believe in the God of the Bible. Or I believe in God, but you'll read a scripture from the book they claim to believe. That's not what that means. Or that was back then. You know, they'll do all these excuses. They'll have that never-ending rope of excuse that they're constantly pulling and pulling and pulling. It just never stops. You can just keep tugging it. They have an excuse for everything, man, because they are against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But the beautiful thing is seeing how the Lord is fair and the Lord gives people according to their ways. The time will come, since our people want to be against the Lord is going to do something to our people by sending a special nation against them. Okay, so let's go to, matter of fact, let's read this one more time. In Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 8, "For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord, to provoke the eyes of his glory." So all of our people, when you look at it, we've all sinned. But the Lord has always set aside a remnant, though, who would be severed or different from the rest of the nation, who would turn back and repent from their ways. But the majority of our people, seeing that they constantly go against the Lord has constantly kicked our butts over and over and over again. And our people still haven't came to the conclusion that if they want well, they would serve the Lord. But instead, they constantly go against him. They provoke him to anger. Okay? Instead of giving him his glory, giving him his respect, they disrespect him to his face. Okay? So when you look back at our history, there was a time when the nation of Israel had split into two after Solomon's death. Now, the southern kingdom was under Rehoboam, and the northern kingdom was under Jeroboam. And it came down to the northern kingdom, all their kings that were lifted up as kings were all serving idols and, doing things that the Lord was displeased with. But when it came to the southern kingdom, you'll see a king rise up who was evil, then another king rise up who was evil, then another king would rise up who would do right in the sight of the Lord. But then a king after him would do evil, but then another king would do right. So it was like a hit and miss with Judah. But at the end of the day, all Israel sinned. All Israel turned against the Lord. So all Israel has been destroyed through lack of knowledge, right? So seeing our people have been destroyed for a lack of knowledge, they also show it by being against their power. Why would you be against what's for you? How stupid do you have to be? That's like somebody saying, okay, there's a war going on outside. I got a gun and I got a sword. But then somebody's like, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. I don't need it. That's stupid. Now you just naked, right? Without Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, our people are naked. So let's read this again and we're going to go forward. So Isaiah 3:8. For Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord to provoke the eyes of his glory. So our people are against the Lord. So since our people are against the Lord is going to send Esau against you, for you wicked Israelites. Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 5. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. You have to remember, the wicked is the Lord's sword. Okay? So the Lord is going to raise up Esau out of his anger. Verse 6. I will send him against an hypocritical nation, which is our people. All right? How is our people a bunch of hypocrites? Let me see if I can find this scripture. I want to say it's Titus or it's 1 Timothy. Let me try Titus chapter 1 and 16. Yep, this is Titus 1 and 16. This shows how our people are hypocrites, because this is the spirit of the majority of our people who claim to believe in the Lord, right? Titus chapter 1 and 16. They profess that they know the power, but in works they deny him. So how do you show that you love the Lord? Now, I just read it to you by following the ways of the Lord. I read it in Joshua 22 and 5. When you follow the ways of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, that's how you show that you are a friend unto him, by being obedient, right? But our people are disobedient. They're hypocrites and they're against the Lord. So now the Lord is going to send Esau against them because they're full of crap. Okay? So Titus 1 and 16, they profess that they know the power, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate. Let's go into that word reprobate in Greek 96. The word here is adokimos, not standing the test, not approved, properly used of metals and coins. So the majority of our people are not going to be found approved. Okay? And seeing that they're not going to be found approved, that basically shows they're going to be left out here. when all hell hits. Okay? They profess that they know the power, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient unto every good work, reprobate. Let's go back to Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 6. I will send him against an hypocritical nation. Yep, because a lot of our people claim to know the Lord, but they do everything that goes against him. And against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. So since our people, want to be down with this society, since our people are against the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to send Esau Edom against them, because that's his sword, that's his whooping stick. Okay? And also, seeing how our people cleave unto Esau Edom, the Lord is going to use the same thing that our people cleave onto to fall upon them. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 11. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. So when the time comes that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai sends Esau Edom to slaughter, to devour the wicked of our people because they're against him, guess what? He ain't going to listen when they cry, when they scream, when they kick, when they try to plead, when they try to call on the names. The Lord is not going to care. He's going to ignore the majority of our people. And I'm telling you, we're coming into that time, man. It's going to be like no other time ever. I cannot stress that enough. Okay? And the Lord is not showing no mercy to all these Israelites who have been trying to play with him like he's some toy, and he ain't no toy, man. Give me a second. I'm going to take a sip of my water here. Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 11. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them, speaking to you Israelites who are against him. Behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape, and though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. So the Lord is going to forsake the majority of our people. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 1 and verse 4. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, go thy way, and show my people their sinful deeds, and their children their wickedness, which they have done against me, that they may tell their children's children. And over time, our people have just gotten worse and worse. Okay? Verse 6, because the sins of their fathers are increased in them, for they have forgotten me and have offered unto me strange gods. Verse 7, am not I, even he that brought them out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage? But they have provoked me unto wrath and despised my counsel. So that's our people. Our people are against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So when the day comes and all hell breaks loose, our people who have forsook the Lord is going to forsake them. 2nd Ezra chapter 1 and 27. Ye have not as it were forsaken me, but your own selves, saith the Lord. So the majority of our people who have been playing with the Lord, who have been rejecting us, acting as if we're not even out there teaching, they click over our videos because they don't have the time or day to listen, to receive the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The Lord is going to forsake them. But guess what? The Lord is going to be with us, though, as long as we be found doing his will, so that we can be looked at as his friends, his family, those who are doing the will. Everyone outside of that who forsook the Lord, you are on your own out here, man. You are on your own. Second Ezra 1 and 27, ye have not, as it were, forsaken me, but your own selves, saith the Lord. So the majority of people, they're only playing themselves. You're not playing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The Lord controls everything. Okay? The Lord's actually playing you. Let's wrap it up with this here. Job chapter 12 and verse 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So the deceived and the deceiver are his. So all you Israelites who are thinking this is a joke, you're forsaking the ways of the Lord, you're taking this lightly, really the joke's on you. The Lord's actually controlling you and making you not believe. So the joke's on you. But then you'll say, well, then how can the Lord judge me for something that he's making me do? Well, for one, the Lord can do what he wants because that's his will. For two, most people believe in something known as free will. And because you have the feeling of free will, you're going to be held on the same level as if you actually had free will. And since you believe you have free will, you're forsaking the Lord. He's going to forsake you Israelites who are doing such. So I'm going to go on ahead and wrap it up right there. Lord willing, this was simple and edifying. Kahala Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Wabrakakwadash. Shalom.